Questions from Paul?
Jeffrey?
Okay, this question is targeted to all of you all. So, one problem that you will face if you do get elected is that you can find out about international societies in Cambridge online, but a lot of those societies are inactive. So how do you find out? Do you have any ideas on how to find out which are active and not? And how do you intend to engage the societies? Because you haven't really spoken about that.
Should we say Daniel?
Right, I think first step to approaching international societies is to contact the people who are in that. Like, if you want to contact a German society, the first step is to contact someone who's in it.
Yeah, but what if the society is inactive and like you don't have contact to one of those societies? So
Well, if the society is inactive, and we have to first see whether, one problem is that the members are heavily involved in their own society, and if the members themselves really do not want to be involved with ICUSU, then or if the members themselves are really very integrated into the Cambridge society, I think we do not really have, we should not overstretch our mandate to contact them.
And my solution for that is because I have friends with different races. I mean, like for example, I know like the INSOC in Indian society, they have like two types of Indian societies. One is like focused on British Indians, one is like Indians. And so like I think I can ask my friends, like Indian friends or like German friends, like what they think, like that the societies that are active from their representing their nations. I mean, like, and I do have a good knowledge of what societies are actually active in Cambridge by looking at the Facebook events throughout the year. And I'm really like a Facebook person because I just love them a lot. So.
Thank you.
For me, what I'll try to do is, first of all, I'll go through the official channel, because even if they're inactive, I think quite a few of the societies are registered with the main with the school itself. So if it doesn't violate the Data Protection Act or whatever, I would try to go through that method first, because like the senior members of university would have possible contacts. If not, I would do like what they have already elaborated, go through Facebook media, go through word of mouth, whichever is the most efficient to get the president or vice president of the society contacted. Yeah.
Any further questions? Jenna?
This question is for Xianjie.
Oh,
Did I say your name right?
yeah, correct.
I like the hair. One idea you mentioned was having international events, bringing international together which are specific to a particular culture. What do you think are some ideas we can have for encouraging national groups to want others to join their events?
I think most international groups here are really quite open and welcome to other societies. Like, I mean, many of these like international societies by themselves, they already organize their own like celebrations. Like for example, the Muslims, they organize their own Eid. For Singaporeans, we call it Hari Raya Idul Fitri. So I mean, all this basically they don't mind. They themselves have their own international friends. They already invite them to come and celebrate. You know, to enjoy, to celebrate together. I don't see what's wrong with like basically liaising with ICUSU to bring more awareness to these events. Yeah.
Any further questions?
I have one question for Lois. You mentioned that you want to organize something like food festival, and like so it's across society, international societies, so like global food festival. Like, how come you can like manage to coordinate and like kind of incorporate all the societies together? Like, how are you going to solve the like kind of problems, like kind of frictions between them? They may not want to join, or like, yeah. Do you have any idea?
I think the first thing I'm gonna do if I actually become a site coordinator is become friends with all the committee members in our like active societies, especially presidents. I mean, I'm sorry, this sounds a bit bad, but and if you actually want to work on an international food festival, I can consult like people who actually organized the Taiwanese food festival, Malaysian food festivals last year, and I can ask them for advice and ask them for help as well, because it's going to be a new thing for ICUSU. And I do hope that all societies can actually work together, and it's a way to promote their societies as well.
Ki Chong, you have a question?
This question is directed to Daniel. You mentioned that you worked as database officer for KUMSA.
Yep.
So, while working as database officer, what what improvements have you made towards KUMSA, and how have you what have you done to make the database much easier to be accessed? Or
Sorry, could we keep the questions ICUSU related, please?
okay.
Okay, but I'll share what I've done. I have.
Yes.
Well, I was.
Sorry, I wouldn't expect you to answer that.
If you have acquired any skills in geodatabase also
Yeah.
relevant to this position, then you could answer.
Yes, I've as the webmaster of KUMSA, I've helped KUMSA to make information more publicly accessible. I've created bright visible buttons right in the front page of the website, so that members visiting the website immediately know what's going on in KUMSA. I think for a societies coordinator, when societies want to publicize events to one another, that's also what societies need. And I think making information accessible from one society to another, it may not be on the website, maybe through email, but we want to collate them and publicize them to members. But we want it to be relevant.
Any further questions?
I'm sorry, Dan, this question is also for you.
Yeah.
You mentioned an idea just now about sharing resources among society.
Yeah.
What sort of resources do you have in mind?
Well, ideally, if physical equipment resources, if somebody wants to organize a cooking event, some societies want cooking events, and and some other societies are short, we could just share cooking events. But if societies are uncomfortable with that, which I can perfectly understand, I think the knowledge of say suppliers, say audiovisual equipment suppliers, the knowledge of venues, suitable venues, these are important information that societies can share, and they will not hesitate to share.
Hi.
Yes.
What kind of platform do you want to create for this kind of sharing?
Well, like as a societies coordinator, I would have the contact, well, as much as possible of the societies, and we'll try to maybe give a regular email update on what events have taken place, how these events have taken place. Contact the societies and ask maybe a bit of information about who are the suppliers, and I think that's useful for the societies.
Can I add a point? I think it's very important to produce term cards for every single society, and I think I would like to communicate with our societies and to push them to make term cards. And like Advocacy this year, they actually made a term card, so everything made it really clear, and we are actually able to avoid the clashes between major events.
Julian had a question?
Yeah, I counted up on the website of all the societies, there are about 45 national societies at Cambridge. That means 45 presidents. Do you think you have enough time commitment to get to know each and every of them? And you need to do it before Freshers' Fair, therefore it means next term. Do you think you have the time commitment to do that much socialising?
45 people, I think I can cope actually. To be honest, like I organize a forum, we're getting like 45 people over there. My room can fit about 20 people.
Yeah, so your method would be a formal.
It would be like actually more private, like socializing, actually become like more friendly environment. I mean, like it's always better to be to like have friends working together instead of like a meeting. I mean, yeah.
Okay, time.
Any final questions for? No. Thanks very much.